Hi guys, James here. Welcome back to Boldly Goes Model Works. It's building time, as promised, on the Typhoon, on Airfix's new tool Typhoon, 1/72 Typhoon. So let's get it out of the box. And let's start assembling it. To be honest, I've heard some disturbing reports about fit issues and that from my colleagues, esteemed colleagues here. So I'm going to have a look at the kit. I'm going to build the kit. So firstly I apologise if I go off stream, I'll go off tangent. If I don't say a lot. And let's have a look at this kit. So we need B, for this first part we need B and C, those two there. So we need wings and things. So we need the wings there. So we need those two sprues. And then we've got remove parts B1 and C2. So B1 is here. We get my handy dandy Tamiya sprue cutters. There. That's the first part. Then we get C2, which is here. Now you could, if you wanted to, on the kit, open up the chaff dispensers, but I will not. Make sure I've cleared those ejector pins off. And clear that sprue gate off there. APU there, you can open up. Now for this part, I suspect we need some pegs. Here. Something there. Run a bit of glue down there, and also run the glue up there. So that's the wing glued. That's number one. So now we pick up the A sprue. And we remove A3 from the sprue. There we go. All the location pins are hidden in here, so I'll just make sure the bits are there. So that'll do nicely. So it does matter if you clear the ejector pins off, because otherwise it won't fit. So I've got to clear that just down a little bit like that. My honest opinion, I don't think this is a starter set. I think this is a gift designed as a tool. I'm sorry, Dale. It's designed as a tool. It's designed as a gift set, mate. Very much like the very much like the Shannon class lifeboat. Mind you, it's pretty accurate, because it turns around. I can turn around and say, well, all the bits of the fuselage made by different people. One wing was made by the Spanish, one wing was made by the English, so or the Italians, I think. So I had to You will get that seam so it disappears. Down here. I don't think this is a kit for a 5-year-old somehow. And to be honest, my hands aren't working particularly well, but I am going to build it following the instructions because there's a principle. All right. Let's see if leave that to sit there. And then we're going to build up the other wing. So obviously that will be C5. Again, the old kids might have a bit of an issue with the overgates. That's where you've got the gate for the sprue that goes over the part. So that on that side I've dealt with it with a Flory stand, one of my very rare Flory standing sticks, like that. Obviously I'm going to check that this is all on camera, because obviously it's pretty pointless if you can't see it. There we go. I should check that on the screen. Yeah, you can see that. Cool. What is concerning, there's a lack of location pins on the wings, and kids may well get the wing on wrong. Obviously when you've built a few of the limited run kits or whatever, you won't have any issues doing it. So I'm sure someone cleverer than me will come up with an interesting solution to fit the kit. So I think you got to glue the wing down at the end of the, and get these winglets on where they have the actuators for the typical. I thought I'd come down here today, be nice and quiet down there because the engine, there was no building work going on the road. I was wrong. Get that bit in there. Silly question, where did I put the pick? Never mind. I shall find another one. There. Right, leave that to dry. Doesn't take long to stick with the Tamiya extra thing. I think we've just lost A35. One sec. I shall go and have a look for it. Right, stopping the video there for a moment there. Yep, found it. It was a wheel. So let's have a look at fitting part A6 onto part 3 of the assembly. Right, so let's get these clamps off. That should be nicely held together in there. Obviously we can put a little bit of glue around there, but don't want to put too much around there because obviously it will sink over time. It's a very strange construction method, this one. But then they may well have gone, that's Airfix, may well have gone for the way in which the Typhoon was actually put together. Interesting. Interesting. Now, let's try and turn the page over. And we shall build up the cockpit, which will be, is going to be black, so obviously we can paint it in situ, in theory. So we need the B sprue again. And we need B7, which is that part there. Has the cockpit. And B8 there. No location pins on this, weird. Very strange. I mean, as an advanced starter set, it would put kids in a lot of having a greater understanding of a first run, one of these short run kits. How bizarre. Yeah, I can paint there. Now, lightly tack that in there, like so. I think possibly with this instruction, get the cockpit in there and then locate the instrument panel in afterwards, because you can really have some fit issues there. Okay, so I put that in place. And that went together. Weird. I'm just going to give this a bit of a clean up, clean off down the bottom. And I think I know that this is where there's no location pins at the bottom. How strange. The only location pin you've got on the nose is there. It does sit together nicely, but does the cake together nicely. Yeah, but you can see, obviously, if you get the instrument panel in the wrong place, that's it apart. You've got to be so careful with the Right, let's put some tape on it, some jiggering and pokering here. Well, I'm definitely going to put a tab, bit of plasticard tab, and put a tab on this, some tabs on it, tab on this, just to help me on our way. Of course, my left hand's not working. Oh well, I just have to use some of my pieces here. Doesn't have to be that thick. Why don't you? Well, come here, you. That's it. Just some thin plaster card to make a tab out of, and then just to give something for the wing for the fuselages to marry up on at the bottom. We don't have to glue it, but this is just me thinking about this kit, so I'm doing a Nigel, as he put location tabs on here, so to make sure it all went together. And there we go. And that simple act of putting those tabs in has pulled that fuselage together. Interesting. So if I come up with a fix, possibly, right, I'm going to get some tape on this so it doesn't pop apart, because it will. So I'm not going to glue this together yet. I'm just going to let those tabs go off, set off, and it does need a lot of glue. I'm just a little bit concerned that this isn't a kit for the average 8-year-old. Won't be able to build this. I'm going to be brutal. I'm sorry, Dale. The average 8-year-old isn't going to be able to build this. A modeler who's got some skill, some sense of building kits that buy clear prop, Dora wings, micromit, even Mach 2 kits, they can put this. They can put this kit together quite easily. It doesn't go to say it doesn't go together like a Tamiya kit. So I'm just going to tape it together like so. Right, I think on that bombshell, I'm going to let everything dry. Thank you all for watching, and see you later. Back. glued the fuselage together. That was a job and a half. Bloody wouldn't stick together with the so I had to use some Revel contactor in the end at the front to get it to pull together. There's a distinct lack of, as I said, the ejector pins. There should be ejector pins at the bottom. There has to be. Otherwise, that fuselage will pull apart because obviously you've got leverage with the wings, unfortunately. Or they should put a spar in there. You should have a spar like they did on the F-35, I believe, as they do on most of their aircraft. Obviously your nose cone fits lovely. This wing, however, was a real pig. The other wing's fine, so it may well be a moulding issue. Slight shrinkage in the moulding, but we'll deal with that when we come to it with some black CA, I suspect, or a plan B. This stuff. Have to take the line up carefully and then yeah, then work it down to a thing. But nice. The bit down the back is really nice because it hides the seam there. But does it need a 10th thou gap at the end? No, 10th thou plaster card. Another one you'll have to deal with. I'm sorry I'm picking holes, I'll be honest. I brought the kit, so engine intake. No location pins on the front. There's no way of locating it in situ. So for the youngsters out there, they'll sort of think, oh, it's in place. It'll end up looking bloody awful. I've got a distinct impression one side of the fuselage is slightly bigger than the other on mine. A bit like Nigel's Vulcan that he did so well. And on that bombshell, I'm just going to leave this. I'm going to leave this to dry because I'm getting tired and I'm getting peed off with it. And I'll throw it out the bloody room, the workshop in a minute. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye for now.